Hello, and welcome to this LIPS Legal Futures webinar on COVID-19, cybersecurity and other issues around us. What I'm going to deal with in this webinar are a range of issues, primarily to do with COVID-19 and cybercrime related issues. But as far as COVID-19 is concerned, I'm going to be discussing the pre-COVID-19 position, where the SRA had taken us before lockdown occurred. And there are one or two thoughts which I think we ought to be reflecting on there in anticipation of the release of lockdown and the return to what one might call normality. And then obviously going to talk about the effects of COVID. I'm going to talk particularly about the latest SRA guidance and the regulatory attitude that they will take to transgressions during the COVID interruption. I'm going to be also mentioning the latest difficulties, if that's the word to use, on indemnity insurance renewals. I'm also going to look at recent relaxations, how we could get away with witnessing the signature of documentation and so on during the lockdown period. And then, though this I think will probably be the last thing I will deal with, I'm going to mention some new Law Society guidance offered to law firms for restarting operations now that some relaxations are entering into the mix. I'm also going to be talking about cybercrime issues, not least because they've shown a sharp uptick since the lockdown began on the 23rd of March 2020. They've increased by 400%. And that, I think, is a warning to all of us that we need to be doubly vigilant. And the Law Society issued a new practice note on this on the 4th of May 2020. That's what I'm going to be discussing. By way of introduction, my name is Trevor Hallowell. I'm a solicitor, but I've also spent the bulk of my professional career on the training and consultancy circuit, and I've been talking about matters related to management, compliance and regulation, the account rules, anti-money laundering, the code of conduct, cybercrime and so on, since 1989. And stepping off first with the COVID-19 related issues, I wanted first just to talk about the SRA's attitude pre-COVID. I want to go back a few months before this unpleasantness happened. And I just wanted to describe how the SRA had been starting to exercise their muscle in the early months of 2020, before everything went to suspension.